There's a small group of companies with a power no army and no government has. They don't make anything. They don't ship anything. But when they say no, planes stop flying, ships stop sailing, and buildings stop rising. They are the companies that insure the world. And behind them stands an even smaller group, the companies that insure the insurers. Just 10 firms carry roughly 2/3 of the planet's catastrophic risk on their balance sheets. You've probably never thought about them. But in September 2001, they made a decision that nearly grounded every airline on Earth. In 7 days. And right now, they're quietly deciding which coastlines, which industries, and which entire regions of the world get to have a future. This is the permission layer of the global economy, the choke point nobody sees until it closes. And it all started in a coffee shop. London, the 1680s. Ships are the riskiest business on Earth. One storm, one pirate, one wrong reef, and a merchant loses everything he owns in a single night. In a coffee house on Tower Street owned by a man named Edward Lloyd, ship owners and wealthy men strike a deal. Before a voyage, the wealthy men write their names under the ship's listing, literally underwriting it, each promising to cover a slice of the loss if the ship goes down. In exchange, they collect a fee. If the ship sinks, no single man is ruined. If it arrives, they all profit. Risk itself had been sliced up and sold. That coffee house became Lloyd's of London, and for over 3 centuries, it has remained the beating heart of world insurance, covering risks in more than 200 territories. But here's what the coffee house really invented. It wasn't just protection, it was permission. Because once a voyage could be insured, merchants could take risks they'd never dare take alone. Insurance didn't follow global trade. Insurance made global trade possible. And that created a strange kind of power, the power to decide which risks the world is allowed to take. Now here's the part of the system almost nobody knows exists. Your insurance company has insurance. Think about what an insurer is exposed to. One hurricane can generate millions of claims at once. No single company could survive that alone. So insurers pass their biggest risks upward to reinsurers. Insurance for insurance companies. And this is where the pyramid narrows fast. At the top sit a handful of names: Swiss Re, Munich Re, Hanover Re, Berkshire Hathaway, Lloyd's. The 10 largest reinsurers carry roughly 2/3 of the world's reinsurance premiums. A meaningful share of every hurricane, every earthquake, every plane crash on Earth eventually lands on the same few balance sheets in Zurich, Munich, and Omaha. And shipping, the system from our first video, around 90% of the world's ocean-going fleet is covered by a small circle of mutual clubs working together. A few rooms full of underwriters, deciding terms for nearly every ship on the sea. The entire risk of the modern world, funneled through a needle's eye. And when that needle closes, even for a week, the world discovers who's really in charge. September 11th, 2001. Within days of the attacks, the specialist insurers who cover airlines against war and terrorism did something almost nobody expected. They used a clause buried in their contracts and cancelled coverage for the world's airlines. 7 days' notice. Understand what that meant. No war risk insurance, no flying. Banks won't finance uninsured aircraft. Airports won't accept them. An uninsured airline isn't an airline. It's a museum. The world's governments faced a choice: step in as emergency insurers themselves, or watch global aviation shut down within a week. They stepped in. Nations, not markets, had to absorb the risk because a small group of underwriters had decided the risk was no longer worth taking. No bombs grounded those planes. A signature did. And it keeps happening in quieter ways. When attacks made the Red Sea dangerous, war risk premiums multiplied, and some insurers simply refused cover. Remember the ships from episode 1, turning around to sail an extra 5,000 miles around Africa? Many of them didn't reroute because of missiles. They rerouted because the insurance said no. That's the real shape of this power. Insurance is a veto, exercised not with force, but with a price. Raise the premium high enough, and a route closes without ever being blocked. Refuse the policy, and a project dies without ever being banned. No headlines, no votes, just a line item that makes the future too expensive. And right now, that veto is being used on the biggest question of all. As climate risk grows, insurers are pulling out of entire regions, wildfire zones, floodplains, hurricane coastlines. When the insurance leaves, mortgages follow, then businesses, then people. A place the industry won't insure is a place the modern economy quietly abandons, which means a handful of actuaries in Zurich and Munich are, in effect, drawing the map of where the 21st century will and won't happen. Not politicians, not voters, underwriters. Whoever prices the risk controls the future. Step back, and you can see the architecture now. Because this is the third time we've found it. Goods. A few carriers control the ships. Money. One network in Belgium controls the messages. And risk. A few balance sheets decide what the world is allowed to attempt. Different industries. Identical shape. The modern world funnels everything through a handful of narrow doors, and the people holding those doors barely ever appear in the news. That's not a conspiracy. It's something stranger. Concentration that happened in plain sight, one efficient decision at a time, until entire civilizations depended on rooms most people can't name. And the narrowest door of all is still ahead of us. Next, a single company in a small Dutch town that builds the machines behind every advanced computer chip on Earth. Your phone, your car, the device playing this video, none of it exists without them. One company, no substitute. The sharpest choke point in the modern world. Because insurance taught the world's quiet powers their greatest trick. You don't need to forbid anything. You just need to be the one who signs, or doesn't.